Know what he's gotten into now, Tolly.
Star's trying to talk some sense into Kevin Sullivan, but, well, we all know. Wait a minute.
Abdulla the Butcher sticking his nose and he gets a spike. Oh my God, this is like a dream come true now, Tolly. All I need now is for SD Jones to come down from the rafters and destroy all of them. There's ODD, who's going to represent IPW Hardcore in the World Extreme Cup in Japan. There's Axis, your IPW Hardcore champion. And there's Star Stevens in the middle of the ring saying, what the hell is going on here at Rage in the Cage?
Abby hasn't even gotten in the ring yet, and Jeff is just going to town on him. As you said before, though, both Jeff and Axis have to deal with, the original gangsta, New Jack.
New Jack coming to IPW. Again, he heard about Abdulla Butcher. He heard about OD.
And it
Star Stevens gets leveled. Apparently, there's no finish in the match to Kevin Sullivan and Axis. And still your champion is Axis, because we've also went into this huge match. The main event of the Rage in the Cage. The ODD, Jeff Bradley, the man legendary for the bloodshed and violence that he reigned throughout ECW, that he brought to Puerto Rico. And Abdulla Butcher, the madman from the Sudan, with his manager, Honest John Cheatham, who I can't stand, who makes me sick to my stomach. Now, Tolly, I love this crap.
So do I. And so does Jim Bragg, as he got in there and said, if Star's down, what the heck, I'm going to jump in there.
He's marking out. He wasn't even scheduled to referee this match, but nobody else had the guts back there. The mullet Rich was getting his hair fixed. El Masco Aficionado was back there marking out to all the other masked individuals. But the man, the gentleman Jim Bragg, the 73-year-old constipated veteran of IPW.
Did you see that Bradley just bit him?
He's fighting,
bit him right on the forehead.
The flesh off of the skull of the madman from the Sudan, Abdulla the Butcher, who has been wrestling since 1959, where he started out as a sidekick, as a lackey to the original.
Wow, look at that.
Oh my God.
You talked about having a crimson mask. Well, look at that. Abdulla is just, I think he has shed blood on every square inch of this earth.
The good thing about Abdulla the Butcher, the great thing about Abdulla the Butcher, he's in there going to war with the ODD, Jeff Bradley. And from everybody that I've talked to since Rage in the Cage, he's doing everything he can to pull in ODD into All Japan Pro Wrestling. He's doing everything he can to bring this feud back to Puerto Rico. He called Jeff Bradley Bruiser Bradley because he reminded him of Bruiser Brody, the hardcore legend. He begged Jeff Bradley. He says, you go to Japan, you're Bruiser Bradley, you give them the...
Oh, look, it's the fork. He has the fork. He's not going to do it, is he?
Of course he's going to do it. He's going to stick it right into the soul of Jeff Bradley, who gets knocked backwards, and he's back there. He doesn't know what he's in the ring with. This isn't Invader. This isn't Carlos Colon. This is Abdulla the Butcher, the most violent man in the history of professional wrestling.
Wow, did it again. You say Jeff Bradley looks like Bruiser Brody. Well, he has to be feeling like it right now. Just in the ring with Abby, taking the fork to the head. Wow, it's just, like you said, this is a dream come true.
It's like going back in time when I used to watch Bruiser Brody and Abdulla Butcher tear it through world class. They used to absolutely destroy the Dallas Sportatorium. They used to bleed buckets. They would use anything they could to get their hands on a weapon. Just like right now in the middle of the ring. Look at the amount of bloodshed pouring out of the head of Abdulla the Butcher. Abdulla the Butcher knows he's in for a fight. Oh my God, Jeff Bradley is convulsing in the corner from the loss of blood.
Wow, this is amazing. Somebody, we say anything goes here, but come on, Ron, something has to give. These two have to be stopped.
Something does give. It's the flesh wrapped around their skull when they batter each other with now some cane handed to him by Honest John. He levels the ODD.
That's a Buddha Dean's cane. He just happens to be left here from the Kevin Sullivan match.
A Buddha Dean running for his life from Axis when Kevin Sullivan and him brought to the back. Oh my, come on, Bradley. You're going to Japan to represent IPW and Big Japan Pro Wrestling. Abdulla the Butcher has toured Big Japan many times, and he has wrestled in the World Extreme. Look at the amount of blood poured on it. I wish I could claim I was sick to my stomach, but I'm marking out. This is a dream come true. This is Rage in the Cage.
Yes, this is what we promised everybody what Rage in the Cage would be. This is not Rage in the Cage 1 or 2 or 3, but this was Rage in the Cage 4. 4 years of violence from IPWs just like this.
This is the kind of violence, Naftali. And here comes the...
I said it needs to be broken up.
And what the hell is Mark Zoe thinking? And what are you thinking getting in the... Naftali, the next night, me and you are in the middle of the ring with Abdulla the Butcher, Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes, and Kevin Sullivan. You think you would have learned tonight to not stick your name? What are you thinking, brother?
I was thinking, hey, if he's talking to Jeff Bradley about going to Japan, I got to stick my nose in there. But that was obviously the wrong thing to do.
Forget everything I just said. That's pretty damn good thinking. I should have probably put myself in the middle of this match and got tore apart by Abdullah the Butcher in the ODD. I don't care what it takes. I love IPW hardcore wrestling. Sometimes I'm not the most popular. Right now, 911 Incorporated happens to be one of the biggest babyface contingents in IPW. It doesn't matter. I love this business. I love this company. And Abdullah the Butcher isn't going to come in and destroy somebody like Jeff Bradley and have our locker room stand back and watch it.
You know, not only is Jeff Bradley fighting Abby and Abby fighting Jeff Bradley, they're fighting every single one of us outside just to get back to each other.
There's a former member of the Snack Pack, Kubiak, making his big return to IPW, and he finds himself in the middle of Jeff Bradley and Abdullah the Butcher. What are you guys? You're not even doing anything to stop him. You're standing there watching. Admit it, Nat.
Of course,
you were
yes.
I
was. I mean, I had the best seat in the house right there on the apron.
You're always thinking, brother. Sure, I got that 3-match win streak over you, but you are the Florida Unified Tag Team Champion, and you found yourself in the middle of Abdullah the Butcher and Jeff Bradley right there at the Pinellas Expo Center at Rage in the Cage 4. This is easily, you've seen some violent stuff. You've been in the middle of some of the most hardcore matches in our history, but you got to admit, Naftali, this takes the cake.
This is
as bloody as it gets.
This is the epitome of what IPW Hardcore is all about.
This is what they're going to see at the Outer Limits in Bradenton. This is what they're going to see at the Florida WrestlePlex. May 1st in Bradenton, May 3rd at the WrestlePlex, May 4th up at the Crystal River National Guard Armory, and don't forget, Naftali, May 8th at the Dallas Bull, where the hardcore giant Ron Nini and Jet Jaguar faces off against Naftali and Kamikaze to renew that violent feud.
Please.
Look at there's
their mullet. He
He's
decided
over
to
there
get
hanging out with the Diamond Dolls girls at their vendor table. He's like, hey, wait a second, there's a match going on. Hey, look, it's Abdullah the Butcher and Jeff Bradley absolutely annihilating
That's
each
the
other.
IPW booth.
Someone
Wow.
paid $1,000 for that vendor table, only to have it leveled by ODD getting thrown over the top. And look at this guy's like, brother, I've had a lot of beer, and I'm going to stand in front of Abdullah the Butcher and try to talk to him right now. Bad move. And look at Fidel Sierra. You want to talk about a long history? Abdullah the Butcher going at him. Wow, like a page right out of the World Wrestling Council from Puerto Rico. Cuba doesn't matter. He's over there trying to hustle his autograph, and there goes the wall. The building's literally falling apart. The Pinellas Expo Center will never be the same. They're not sure they want us back. We're renegotiating our contract. I hate every one of them. I had to beat the hell out of them to get our money out of them because Abdullah the Butcher, Jeff Bradley, stiff bastards like Ron Nemi and Naftali, we destroyed it. This was Rage in the Cage. This was the most violent IPW. This is the best there is.
And as Sharon Rose said, but I did.
You know, Naftali, this was one of our most violent, incredible shows we've ever had. Abdullah the Butcher and ODD Jeff Bradley, you talk about bloodshed and carnage, that was the epitome of violence, people. Billy Fives, still your IPW heavyweight champion, and Axis defends the IPW hardcore title against the Prince of Darkness himself, Kevin Sullivan. But that's just the start of IPW hardcore wrestling. On May 1st, we're invading the Outer Limits in Bradenton. New Jack, the original gangsta, he's going after the ODD Jeff Bradley.
And he's there for the 3rd and 4th too, right?
May 3rd at the Florida WrestlePlex against Chaos. May 4th in Crystal River at the National Guard Armory against Axis for the Hardcore Championship. The original gangsta New Jack coming to IPW with a mission. He's coming to bring as much bloodshed and violence as...
We gotta go. See you next week.
It's a milestone,
I get it.
Naftali.
I get it.
Naftali.